the end of the first month of life, we knew she had a permanent hearing loss. It's not ideal news, and we at the time we didn't know how we were going to afford it. We didn't know anything about hearing loss.
The test came back. It was kind of this realization, like, this is our story.
My parents have told me when they started the journey with me, they felt like there was no hope.
And you have this like expectation of what kind of parent you will be, what kind of child we'll have. And then when you hear those words, it's kind of like, oh, what do we do? Where do we start?
One of the things that sold us on Weingarten was the explicit goal of mainstreaming the children into a regular school by first grade. We went from this place where we don't know anybody else who has hearing loss, seeing all these kids who all are wearing devices just like our child's. Every morning, they gather the entire school, so all the different ages, into the main room, and they do morning music.
It's a really great way to get the kids energized at the beginning of the day and they start using their mouth. If you're young and you've never really heard sounds before, you don't feel the need to speak and babble the same way.
We didn't know there was something called listening and spoken language where kids with severe hearing loss could learn how to speak.
And it has a curly tail. And it has a long...
Our founding director used to say language is the outgrowth of cognition. And what we found is when they think critically, they just develop their language in such a more natural way. So our cognitive curriculum involves lots of different question forms. We want the kids to be comparing, we want them to be sorting, observing, and predicting, and there's lots of great questions you can use to lead them into these skills. We have baking soda, and we have vinegar. What do you think will happen when the baking soda goes in the vinegar? Naomi?
I think it will explode.
The balloon will explode. It's a questions-based approach to teaching, which helps students develop critical thinking skills and to become divergent thinkers. 3, 2, 1. Hey, what happened? All of our students hear differently depending on what type of devices they actually have. For instance, a child with cochlear implants might hear this.
Is there water in there? The vinegar and the baking soda, and together they had a reaction.
And a child with hearing aids might hear it like this.
When two ingredients mix together, sometimes it causes them to have a reaction.
The challenge is that cochlear implants, they kind of open the door to the hearing world, but unless you have the right tools, it's really hard to step over that door.
Yes, Timothy. We have to put the purple. The purple? Yeah.
Does it sound good to you?
Yeah.
Can we keep it in the middle so you both can use?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can tell Jack, that's a good idea.
It takes intensive intervention to develop their auditory skills.
Great idea, Jack.
Language is the foundation of all learning and is critical for brain development. At age 3, a child has 12 times as many neural pathway connections as an adult. At around age 4, the brain starts to prune unused pathways, making learning language more difficult as a child gets older.
When I was a baby, they gave me a surgery right down my ear, and it helps me hear.
One of the biggest determining factors for her success today has been the early age at which she was implanted.
A child who's born without hearing, they've missed a really critical time of listening, so we can't just put cochlear implants on them and put them out into mainstream and hope that they succeed. We need to catch them up to their hearing peers. 90% of children who are deaf or hard of hearing miss this early window and spend their school days in special education classes, falling progressively further behind. 50% of these children graduate from high school with a 4th grade level of literacy or below.
They're all different kinds of fish.
And now when people hear her and she's so good, they know she's deaf, but it's really hard to understand like what it took her to be here and how much harder she's working and her brain is working to be able to produce the same result as maybe a hearing peer. You kind of learn what to do at Weingarten, and then you have to actually really implement at home. Okay, I'll tell you what to get. Can you pass it to me? Okay, can you pass us some parsley? I wanted her to be able to hear me without facing her and being able to discriminate and choose the right thing. Can you pass me the carrots, please?
All of it?
Yeah, and these are pretty.
2.
Did I ask you how many, or did I ask you if they're pretty?
If it's pretty.
Uh-huh. Okay, what else is in there? What's in the we are their biggest teachers. They're around us the most.
You tell Rhonda good morning. Good morning. How are you, Rhonda?
Our tele-intervention program, BabyTalk, currently reaches families who live too far away to commute to the school.
That's good.
What do you want to do with that one?
Glue.
Glue. Okay.
The BabyTalk sessions are teaching the parents how to teach.
You're going to take the glue. Narrating is totally great. You know, she's not giving it to us expressively. We can just narrate what she's doing, and it's still good language input.
Does anyone have an idea how many days are going to be left after today?
Wait, Anna bread in a hole, like, yeah! 70 days of school.
They want active parents, and they pull the parents into it because that's the best chance that the child's going to have for success.
The sense of community at Weingarten gives you confidence because you feel like everyone around you understands what you're going through, and you feel the confidence to advocate for yourself.
Going here, it taught me that you just kind of have to explain it very scientifically. Just be like, hi, I'm deaf, I have cochlear implants, and if I don't hear you, I'm not like ignoring you.
When I went from Weingarten to mainstream, I didn't really view it as that different.
Every once in a while, a parent will be like, so, like, why are you working here? And we're just like, oh, so actually, I have implants too. And they're so happy to meet someone who's like our age and who can like do something like that and live life normally.
The parent community is kind of like an amazing bonus to meet and chat and spend time with other parents who have dealt with and are dealing with the same exact thing.
That's been really helpful for me to feel like I have some friends there that I can rely on, you know, who can hear me out and actually like hear me and understand me.
As a part of this community, we just want to help other parents find their way.
In terms of my future, I'm a little bit nervous because I am going to college soon, but I feel with all of these tools, I'm able to take this next leap forward, and I do think that I'll be very successful.